these are the ingredients you're going to need to make the pinch of nom beef stew and dumplings. And this recipe comes in at, well, we worked it out at 4 1/4 sins per serving, but we like to round up, so 4 1/2 sins per serving. So you will need corn flour, 15 grams. You'll need Worcestershire sauce, balsamic vinegar. You'll need 2 large chopped onions, 400 grams of lean diced beef, 8 shallots chopped in half. Now, our shallots were quite big, so I didn't use 8 and I chopped mine into quarters. Bovril, 2 large peeled, chopped and diced carrots, 200 grams of swede, 1 celery stick, beef stock pot, onion and garlic granules, 300 grams of peeled and chopped potatoes, 100 grams of button mushrooms. However, we have these, which are closed cup mushrooms. If they were button mushrooms, leave them whole. Closed cup, I'd chop them up a little bit. That's for the stew. If you're going to have the dumplings as well, then you will also need 100 grams of self-raising flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 2 egg yolks. So these are all the ingredients you need to make the beef stew and dumplings. So I'm going to make the dumplings first because they need to be put to one side. That's 100 grams of flour. It's going to get sifted into the bowl, which could take a while, so I shall come back to you in a second. So that's the flour sifted. And we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and 2 eggs. I'll take the shell out, shall I? There's the other one. And then a little bit of salt, and then we're going to mix it all together. So I've brought it all together with a fork. It's supposed to form a stiff dough. We're also supposed to add 4 tablespoons of water. Now, I'm a little bit reluctant to add 4. I think that might be a bit much. What do you think, Kath?
I probably wouldn't do anything else with it. But,
Not one?
It's very sticky. It's already very sticky, isn't it?
Should I add 1?
Yeah.
Just
Go
one.
half.
Half a 1.
No, I meant half the amount that they said.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Okay, so another half and then 1. Because they said 4.
Yeah.
So that's 2 now.
And then mix that and see what that looks like.
See? Trial and error, isn't it? It's not really making a stiff dough, is it?
Well, I suppose it depends what you mean by stiff.
Well, you're meant to be able to shape them into dumplings. Okay, whilst I try and rescue the potentially unrescuable dumplings, the onions are going to fry off. And when they have fried off, I will add the meat. Right then, they've cooked for a little while. So in with the meat. It's 500 grams of lean diced beef. And we shall cook that until it is browned. And then after that, we literally add everything else in. Okay, so the meat is browning off, and we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of the onion granules, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic granules, 1/2 teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon of bovril. Ooh, I love bovril. One teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, We're going to stir all that in. Now we're going to add the rest of the vegetables. So we've got 1 celery, 2 carrots peeled and chopped, 200 grams of swede, 300 grams of potato. Just give that all a bit of stir. And then to that, we are going to add 500 ml of beef stock, and 100 grams of the mushrooms. Again, we need to give it a stir. And then it says just to pop the lid on, leave it for 2 hours, but with this pan I definitely need to check it. So put the lid on and we'll check that again in maybe half an hour. And that is bubbling away actually on the lowest gas that it can be. It's got another hour and then I can add in the corn flour.